Does it look like it's a hat or does it look like it's hair? Like, does it look like an extended? Does it look like an extended? I know for you it does, but on here it almost. I mean, you see, it's a hat, y'all. Like, on here it looks like.
Turn it sideways a little bit so the back sticks out.
It still looks like hair, but it looks like I didn't take anything off. It looks like the same as my hair. I can have one ear in and one ear out. Otherwise, if I put my hat down, like. I had that one video where my ears were folded down and everybody gave me crap. So
it's rolling.
You can see.
Speed.
If you guys haven't paid attention to anything that's been going on in this in the videos I've been doing, I've been trying to put stuff that references something about the movie. One for Blade was kind of hard to see or hard to get what was going on. I had a goblet, or I think it might have been a mug from OBC. And we filled it up with fake blood. Behind the scenes information.
Behind the one.
And behind the me. Hi everybody, what's up? It's been, I don't know, over a month. I'm not going to make any excuses, it's just I was lazy, things got busy, you know. I let myself go a little bit. But yeah, so I'm back, and if you're new to the show, every Monday, or whenever I feel like it Monday, I throw a video on here to recommend for you guys to go watch. And they're usually older movies. I don't like to do anything too new, just because I don't want to give an opinion out there for you guys, to ruin the movie if you haven't seen it before. Usually these movies are something that people have already seen, so that way maybe they forgot, they go back to it, they watch it, and then they can reflect back on the page in the comments. I ran out of saliva. Watch the movie and you can come back and reflect on the movie in the comments section. Most of the movies that I've been doing are from the 80s or the 90s or something that I grew up watching, and I've done it that way because, like I said, I don't want to ruin a newer movie for somebody. And then also I want to, if it's new, I want to give an opportunity for the group to discuss it, if we come across it or something. I just don't want to eat that up. But this week, Rudy's on a time limit. He's got to go on a date, so we're going to make this quick. The movie that I'm going to be doing is actually one of my favorite movies.
How far are you going?
About 30 years.
And I was holding on to this movie for a while because I wanted to actually get better at these, which is ironic because I stopped doing them for 2 months, and then now I'm jumping back in with this one. But this is one of my favorite movies. I'd say top 5. I've seen it maybe 30 times or so. The first and second one. The third one I've seen maybe 3-4 times because I just don't really care for it. So it stars Michael J. Fox playing Marty McFly, and then also Christopher Lloyd, and he plays Dr. Emmett Brown. And if you're not familiar with the movie, Marty McFly is a slacker. Yeah, he's a slacker. He doesn't really care about school. All he wants to do is music, and he's trying to score with his girlfriend.
My doctor.
Yeah, I know. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
That's good advice, Marty.
That's the movie. He wants to score with his girlfriend, and that's pretty much it. He hangs around Christopher Lloyd's character, which is Emmett Brown, Dr. Emmett Brown. He builds inventions. They call him a quack or whatever because none of his stuff works. If you're familiar with Rick and Morty, they have the same dynamic as Rick and Morty. Actually, that's what the Rick and Morty show is a parody of of the movie, the characters in the movie.
What do you think of this flying vehicle, Morty? I built it out of stuff I found in the garage. Yeah, Rick, it's great. Right now, we're gonna go pick up your little friend Jessica.
Come on, old man, little boy. Let's make an intergenerational sandwich.
What the hell, Rick? What the hell?
I don't get this part of the movie, actually. They don't really elaborate too much about the movie, but he's working on this bomb for, like, the Libyans, and...
No, they think...
They think he's working on this bomb. That's what he says. He's like, because he has Marty come up to him. He has him meet him, like, at... I think it's midnight or something.
At a mall.
At a mall. Like, an empty mall parking lot, and he has him meet him because he wants to record him because he just stumbled upon this discovery. Or he's been working on something else. And he tells him that he has plutonium because he basically told these Libyans that he was going to make a bomb for them. And he gave them like this...
I took their plutonium and in turn gave them a shiny bomb casing full of used pinball machine parts. Come on, let's get you a radiation suit. We must prepare to reload.
But that's it. That's all they go. Like, so at one point...
Well, no, he tells him when they come and they start shooting somebody.
But he doesn't, like, how... They don't show any kind of, like, him making contact with the Libyans. Like, how do you know that he's a reputable, like, they call him a quack. And, like, the Libyans were like, yeah, this dude will do. Like, he can make the bomb for us. And then he explains that he made a time machine out of a DeLorean. And shortly after that, you know, the Libyans find him, and you know, they're not happy that he gave him this trinket instead of a bomb, so they find him somehow, and the movie doesn't even know how to explain it because he goes,
They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
this is before GPS and all that, so they found him somehow in the mall. I have all places to go try it, like at the mall. You know what I mean? There's so many things that he could have done different. But yeah, so they find him, gun him down, and Marty gets in the car, and on accident gets sent back into the past.
See if you bastards can do 90.
And he's stuck there because he only enough plutonium to go back and not back.
Marty's just trying to get away, but he hits 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
No, he does have enough to go there and back.
No, he only has enough to go. He puts a new cylinder in it. He, like, depletes it.
Then how did Einstein come back?
I don't know. Yeah, how did Einstein come back, eh? Well, he sent him to the future.
Still doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Because there should be another Einstein walking around.
I don't know.
Right? At that time, I fucking lost. I think they're problems. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there already should have been... No, because you're going to the future. If he was going to the past, there would have been another...
Yeah.
No. That's not true either, because... When he goes to the future...
Alright, man, we don't got time for conspiracy theories. I got like 15 minutes.
I was going to say, because when he goes to the future, he's there with himself, but that's like way in the future. I don't understand that. Somebody explain to me...
We'll have this conversation later.
Somebody explain that to me, because that's actually interesting. Like, I'm really confident that you guys seen this movie, so I don't want to just dive into the movie. I'm trying to give, like, tidbits and stuff. There's a conspiracy, actually, out there for this movie that the movie correlates with 9/11. I mean, you gotta go pretty deep as far as, like, why and how. Like, the Twin Pines Mall is one of the things. Yeah, I'll leave a link or something to one of those videos, because I think they're interesting. I kind of like stuff like that, so... So then him and Doc Brown have to figure out a way to get his parents together. And his mom is this, like...
floozy.
She is a floozy.
She's hot.
She's popular, and she's, like, one of the most sought-after girls at school.
Yeah. But you're so thin.
And his dad is kind of this nerd. and like a total like
An average nerd.
Yeah, he's an average nerd.
Oh, hey, Biff. Hey, guys. How are you doing?
You got my homework finished, McFly?
Well, actually, I figured since it wasn't due till Monday.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think, McFly, think.
He's not even interested in girls. Like he likes her, but he won't ever say anything to her. He writes and keeps this. He writes stories and keeps them to himself because he doesn't know if he could take that kind of rejection from somebody if they didn't like his stories. Those actors play older versions of themselves and then younger versions of themselves, and it's super believable. That's one of the things I loved about the movie because I was like, man, this dude's the same guy because their age is them when they're in the past. That's their real age, but well, they're not in high school, but you know what I mean. Like they're younger, and then when they're like in the future, it's them older, and like they did a really really good job. Just everything about this movie, I love. There's so many things that I could talk about.
There's not really a bad part to the movie at all.
Like slow or something where you're like, I really don't want to see this part.
It's
no, like the whole thing is awesome.
Yeah, entertaining and everything. Even the characters, even the quote unquote villains are like hilarious and fun when they're on screen, and the conflict and everything is just really good. So
there's one thing that I do know about movies, like in the past, that I'm noticing nowadays. Like you can't do and say a lot of things now. A lot of people get like triggered and offended. You know, like if you go back and watch a lot of these older movies, I don't know if I hit on this before. I feel like I did, but if you go back and watch older movies compared to nowadays movies, there's so much like stereotyping and all this other stuff.
We live in a butthurt society.
It's just
the only person with enough balls to do anything like that nowadays is
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino is like the only guy that will do that, and you know people love him for it. So, I mean, there's a line you don't want to cross, but then again, there's just like you tiptoe. You got to tiptoe across. You know, tiptoe everywhere where you're making a movie and stuff, and it's just like. I feel like it doesn't have to be racist or, stuff like that. I just feel like taking jabs at everything every so often isn't a bad thing. And, that's why I like movies like this, because it's funny. I don't attach myself to like, oh man, that fucking makes me mad. Like that makes me mad. No, it's funny. It's like a good time.
Do you have a favorite scene?
Ooh, let me think for a second. It used to be like, when he fucking goes into the house and he just cranks everything up. Like, everything. He fucking... Yeah, just one note. I think that is my favorite scene, is where he goes to Doc Brown's house. It's like right in the beginning of the movie. He goes to Doc Brown's house, and he's like... has this little-ass guitar. Like, small. Like this small. And he plugs it into the amp, and he turns everything to, like, overload. It says overload right on it. Turns it all the way up, turns it to like max volume on everything, and he takes a pic and it gets super close up on that pic. His speakers blow out, and then he gets a phone call and Doc's like, "Hey, yeah, don't there's a short out or something like that on the amp. Probably shouldn't use that." "Oh yeah, I'll keep that in mind." He fucking blows up everything. You know how much money that dude probably just killed? But yeah, that's my favorite scene. What's your favorite scene? Where Biff is trying to get his rape on in the car. Yeah, you want it. You want me to give it to you. That's what he says.
My favorite line from this movie is, "No, Biff, you leave her alone." There's a scene where there's a plan that's hatched and it just goes fuck up. Like it does not work out at all. And George McFly, the father, he still goes ahead with the plan because he doesn't know. And I like that scene because it shows a lot of growth in his character, and it shows like who he needs to become.
Yeah, you know how excited I get when it's like his fist clenches, yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, this movie's good, like phenomenal good, like it's really good. It's heavy, but yeah. So go see it. I don't know how well of a job I did editing this video because I haven't done it yet. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of editing going on here. It's almost 30 minutes long.
Holy shit, for real?
Yeah.
I only need 15 minutes.
I lied. But yeah, so...
insert clip there.
Yep, I'm back now. I've been re-inspired to make videos and, continue to do this because it's fun. And I like to do it. So, all right, yeah, all right. See you guys later. Yeah. All right, I'm done. For some reason, he's awesome. What's his name?
His dad's name is, it's not Biff. It's,
McFly.
Fuck, what is his name? No, Kelvin is...
Kelvin, yeah, Kelvin Klein. Oh, he's so dreamy.
What a dreamboat. Fucking power of love.
Yeah, that's the power of love.
George.
Oh, George McFly. Yeah, George McFly. Yeah, George McFly is my favorite character. There's incest in this movie. I'll put that out there. Like, all right, there you go. So that's the line. I'll use that like right after. There's certain lines you shouldn't cross. Yeah, that's in this movie.
You're my mom. Are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me?